Hey Aquarius, welcome to your tarot session. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're doing good. Aquarius, I'm going to invite you to like the video and subscribe. I'm back more consistently on the channel and you're going to get a reading every week for your sign. So make sure to join the family and support. I appreciate it. Okay, Aquarius, what is the general energy for you right now in the present moment? Aquarius, what is the general energy? Okay. We have the Ace of Cups. And at the bottom of the deck, the Chariot. That's exciting. An energetic graduation. Ace of Cups. The entry point of new feelings. So the aces in the tarot, they roll out the red carpet for the rest of the suit. So here we're talking about a brand new adventure, something that's very lovely and that will make your cup feel full. Again, this is the entry point of new feelings. Feeling differently about life and feeling differently about love, maybe. How you feel about yourself, how you feel about your status. Yeah, we have Hierophant here, okay? There could be literally the conversation about a union. And I'm not necessarily talking about marriage, by the way. But there is something here connecting you to other people. So it could be through work, you connecting to your coworkers or your clients. But there could also be a union with another person. Let's work together. Let's collaborate. The Hierophant brings so much clarity. This is what I love about this card. On the traditional version, you can see there are two little suns, the hermetic symbols for the sun, the alchemical symbol for the sun. So this card brings a lot of clarity after a time of confusion. Number 5 is uncomfortable. So as I'm saying all those things, again, the word union and the collaboration, it could be making you feel a little uncomfortable because it's so big. Your intuition is sensing that something is about to change. And I feel like there's going to be some synchronicities coming out in this reading today. It could be 555 or a bunch of aces, but there's something that wants to clarify that you are on the right path, that you're exactly where you should be in this moment. Knight of Pentacles. Things are moving slow. And you could have been dealing with health problems or just feeling uncomfortable in general, not fully satisfied of where you are at health-wise right now, or maybe financially. And Spirit is saying, okay, yes, right now, things are moving slow. And you might feel like you're tested by the universe. Like, can you still remain hopeful when things get complicated? Can you make sure, Aquarius, that you don't abandon yourself when things get hard? Because I know this about Aquarius. When things get messy, when things get complicated, you will stay busy. You will help your neighbor. You will help your clients. You will call a loved one and make sure that they have everything they need. Sometimes you direct the energy outside of yourself because you don't necessarily want to do the investigating. You're very good at going through something and then we wrap it up. We wrap this up. So here, it's not going to be possible to do that. It's not going to be beneficial or valuable in any way for you to focus on other people at this time. There's always going to be a moment of synchronicity or a weird moment of clarity that feels, again, uncomfortable because Spirit really wants you to look in the mirror. Spirit wants you to focus on yourself and be selfish right now. And this is a word that's been coming up a lot, especially last week, how A lot of us are needing to be selfish, and I think that Aquarius, you are on top of the list. You might not want to rest. You might not want to recharge. You might not want to do, the spiritual life and tend to your inner world right now, but you have to. That's the thing. So whatever feels uncomfortable, whatever feels like sticky energetically, it's because you're not supposed to move on to the next thing. You need to tend to what's here. Okay. Yeah, Hangman. It's like a perfect imagery to, for us to visualize what I'm sensing right now. You are getting so much clarity right now. What you're going through is necessary. Again, it might be scary. You might feel stuck in the mud completely. And you're obviously ready for a new beginning. You're obviously calling in change. But this week is the full moon in Sagittarius. We're not welcoming in new energies this week. We are releasing. Full moons are about releasing and new moons are about welcoming new energy. Hangman is a card of ending. It's a card of new perspective connected to Pisces and the planet Neptune. So very unexpected change on the way. Sudden change. And it feels like it's happening the moment you're just letting everything go, okay? I cannot save this person. I cannot do the work for this person. I cannot change this person's mind. I don't have this power, but I have the power to look within again. Hangman looks uncomfortable. Trust me, he chose to be in that position. And the gift of clarity, the gift of a new perspective, is like a wave right now, and you need to catch it. You need to catch it. Some things in life are never going to pass you by, and sometimes they do. How like creativity sometimes and inspiration, like those waves of inspiration, we have to catch them or they're gone. So here there's something about that. Don't miss out on the opportunity to investigate on yourself, to look in the mirror, to do the inner work again, to tend to your inner world, your inner life, because Aquarius, I think that you're about to rewrite your whole story. I think you're going to be given the opportunity to change the game, to change everything that you're not satisfied with right now in your life. This massive clearing. Again, use the energy of the full moon. And you don't have to create a super elaborate ritual. Sometimes just showing up with intention. Sometimes just saying out loud, I want to let go of this. I am done with this. The big work is to identify. And you're an Aquarius. You know how to identify things. You don't even need to share it with other people. Again, it's all about you and what's happening within right now. 2 of Wands is the liminal space. We are between an ending and a new beginning. I always talk about the soup when I see this card, because there's the 2 of Wands and the 3 of Wands. They look so similar when you see them next to each other. 2 of Wands is gathering the ingredients for the soup. We want to make sure it's the right temperature. We can feel it. We smell it. We're so excited. We cannot wait to eat the freaking soup. But it's not ready. You're not just going to throw ingredients in water and eat it. You're going to wait. You have to make it. You have to be patient and work with all the elements. And you cannot rush something that is cooking right now. And in the 3 of Wands, we eat the soup. We're ready. We're saying yes. So again, you are in the liminal space right now. And the Ace of Cups being the general energy is starting to make so much sense. Spirit is like, hey, Why do you constantly abandon yourself, Aquarius, when you're not there yet? When nothing is happening and you are in that space again between an ending and a new beginning? Don't abandon yourself. Don't disregard the feelings. Don't push them away. And I know it's easier said than done, but right now, the growth and evolution that is possible in a short period of time is just, it's out of this world. You just need to identify, to not swallow the pain or to not, lock away something because it's scary to look at. Your biggest dreams, your biggest accomplishment, the biggest moves are on the other side of this tending. And we have the 8 of Swords at the heart of this reading. And I love the 8 of Swords. This has become throughout the years one of my favorite cards. I believe it's one of the most powerful shift mentally that can happen to someone. Because when we have a blindfold over our eyes, we're not necessarily blocked from seeing. We're looking within. We're feeling in something. We don't need to see it to believe it. We are hopeful. And in that card, this person is free to go. They're going to need to walk in the water. On the traditional version, there's the stream of water here. So that person is going to walk in the water, is going to get vulnerable again, do the important work in order to evolve, in order to finally be ready to clear the past and not dwell on past experiences and on shoulda, coulda, woulda. Here, this person is getting vulnerable and they might spend a day or two with wet socks. It's very uncomfortable, but it's necessary. Again, it feels like your biggest transformation yet in your life, especially when it comes to how you relate to your thoughts and your mental health, just your mind in general, the power of your mind, Aquarius. This peak is waiting for you on the other side of this uncomfortable step, a step into the unknown. Is it something that you need to say to someone? Is there a letter you need to write? Is there something that's been blocking you physically, financially, spiritually? I think with the Hierophant here, first card out, something connected to your foundations, to old beliefs about yourself or old beliefs about what you should be doing, how you should be doing it. There's the opportunity here to, again, completely rewrite your story. We have the Strength card and the 5 of Wands, 2 cards connected to the heart space. And the Strength card is about reclaiming our light. It's when we are able to tap into the truest version of ourselves. And this card is another number 8. 8 is a number of transformation. We walk in 8 one way and we come out of it completely transformed. And here with the Strength card, you're identifying what makes me angry, what is heavy on my heart, what do I need to say, what do I need to address. And it's everything. It's not just other people, it's also you. With the Strength card, most of the time we have to identify the things that we don't really like about ourselves, or we could be confronted by those things, like noticing certain behavior. And it takes an honest person, it takes so much courage and strength to be able to apologize or to take accountability, or again, to be honest with ourselves and say, wow, I'm not so proud of acting that way. I don't like when I lose my temper. I don't like when I talk shit about other people. I don't like this about me. We identify it. And by identifying it, we're able to clear it better. We're able to bring the energy outside of ourselves and not let this uncomfortable feeling kind of eat us away. So there's something about regret. Yeah, I've been avoiding the word for some reason here, but I feel like there's something about the past. It could be connected again to your values that have shifted and evolved as you've been evolving. It could be connected to family also, something that's just very rooted, anchored in your life. It's like the deepest roots, the deepest, most secret, sacred part of yourself. How there are certain things that just aren't working, or you carry certain regrets. And maybe at one point you felt like by admitting those things, you're giving them importance, or you're dwelling on the past, or no, it's part of the work. It's part of the work. Don't underestimate the power of your mind, Aquarius. How identifying certain things will help you not fight them anymore. It will help you dance with them. It came through in another reading today, but it's like you're making friends with endings. Making friends with the parts of yourself, again, that are very uncomfortable to look at. And it takes a lot of courage to do that. And I think this is where you are in your journey. I want to know here with those two cards, what is the strength card shining a light on? What is your heart space saying? Your heart knows something that your mind is about to figure out. And I want to know what it is. We have the Death card and the Queen of Swords. So Aquarius, you've been transforming. This is obviously the deepest transformation that you've ever experienced with the Death card, 8 here at the heart of this reading. We have the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is always something that we offer ourselves. I don't see this card as a gift from the universe. I see this as the gift of self-love, the gift of, again, tending to something. It's our job to replenish, to refill our cup in ways that make sense for us. It's not another person's job. So here, you're taking accountability for something, reclaiming your power in that way. Queen of Swords is a survivor. You survived so many things. You've dealt with loss. You've dealt with endings. And there could be a part of you that's like, again, I have to go through this again. Yeah. We constantly go through cycles and seasons. That's what I love about the tarot. There's 22 major cards, and when you analyze them, it really connects to a trip in the underworld and then coming back home to yourself and honoring endings and new beginnings. I love the tarot because it really reflects all the cycles of life. And yeah, you've been through this before, Aquarius. I have to validate that. This isn't your first rodeo. This isn't the first time that you transform, but it is the deepest transformation ever. Because I feel like there's a lot that you have released. There was a lot of endings, probably painful ones. And what felt toxic, what felt draining, I'm even hearing like dangerous. You could have dealt with dangerous people in the past, or dangerous energies or circumstances. Everything is cleared out. It's cleared. I feel like you've already done the clearing. You've already used the sword of your logic, your intelligence, to cut through the illusion of something. But I don't know if you've been doing the tending. For some of you, it's your inner child, your inner kiddos that are kicking and screaming like, hey, can we have a little fun? Like, it's been so serious. We've been dealing with such serious matters throughout the years that now it's like, can we do something that we actually like? Can we not focus on pleasing other people and always being the one of service? It's amazing to be of service. But right now, especially with the Hierophant here, it feels like what you have to do, and I'm using the quote unquote because I'm not here to tell you what to do, but I'm honoring what I'm sensing here. What you have to do, quote unquote, is be living your life and being the example. You don't have anything to prove. You've done all of that. You've proven yourself time and time again to yourself and to the people that matters. Now I think that everyone wants to see you be selfish. And I think that the moment someone shows you their true colors and isn't happy about you being selfish, it's going to identify who has been benefiting of you not doing so good. Again, I feel like there were energy vampires in your life. And it's weird. It's like they came through every time you weren't doing so great, every time you were struggling. It's like they were feeding off that for some reason. So the moment you're being selfish and saying, it's me first. It's me first and I don't feel bad about it, people are going to get pissed. There are specific people in your life that are not going to be happy about that. Good. They know where the door is. That's what's great about the Queen of Swords. She embodies her boundaries, but she does not build walls around around her. It's like walls keep everybody out and boundaries show people where the door is. And that's the thing. If they're not happy, they can leave. It's not your job to save everyone. It's not your job to constantly adjust yourself to make sure that you don't trigger other people that, it's like you're walking on eggshell right now. And I don't know, again, if this is connected to regret. It feels like you apologize for something already. You've done the work, but there's someone who's waiting for you to make a mistake. The moment you just show, your human side, they're going to be pointing that out. Someone is looking for a reason to blame you for their suffering. Like there's a lot happening here with other people and it's none of your business. It really isn't. We have don't let pride get in the way. Okay, interesting. So here, to me, this speaks of freedom and how when we let go of the need to hurt someone back, we're free. And sometimes the ego gets in the way, of course. We're like, we've identified in what ways people have been toxic for us. And then we're like, oh my goodness, okay. Sometimes we feel like we need to hurt them back, or we feel like we need to teach them a lesson, but it's not our job. Freedom is when we don't have to hurt another person, regardless of what they done, regardless of how they made you feel. You're bigger than that. You're rising above adversity, rising above very painful times. This is the end of a tough cycle for you. And just like any endings, it's complicated, it can be messy and uncomfortable. It's like the universe is ripping off the Band-Aid and forcing you to heal that infected wound. And that no matter how hard you work on yourself, there's always going to be people that aren't happy. It's okay. It's not your job to make everyone happy. They know where the door is. And this is like something that you can repeat yourself. It's okay. They know where the door is. I'm not building walls around myself. I'm open, I'm receptive, I'm listening. But I'm not going to let anyone treat me like, you know, like I'm being watched for the next mistake. And I don't know why this is like so powerful what I'm sensing, Aquarius. It's like it's not that they're spying on you. They are just so ready to point out a mistake or blame you for something. And that's not forgiveness. And maybe you feel like you were forgiven by someone, you know, they're like, I forgive you and I want you in my life. Yeah, but you're constantly waiting for me to make another mistake and point that out. That's not forgiveness. When we forgive someone, it doesn't mean that they're just never going to do another mistake ever again. We forgive them and accept them as humans, you know, as people who make mistakes. We are all complicated beings. And we all make mistakes, and mistakes are essential in order to find balance in your life. But there's an external force that keep blaming you and judging you. And I think you're ready to just, again, show them where the door is. Four of Pentacles is here. We have also the Empress, so I would say your body. I felt it earlier in this reading that there could have been something health-wise that you've been dealing with. It's going to get easier and easier to live with that, to accept the parts of yourself that are, you know, getting older, which is lovely, even if it can be uncomfortable. You're definitely growing from that uncomfortable part, from that vulnerable part. And here there's something about body wisdom. What is your body trying to tell you? And this is something that I love to do with the tarot when I'm having a hard time just being in a meat suit, being in my vessel in a human body. Some weeks are better than others, but I love to pick cards asking the tarot, hey, what is my body trying to say today? And depending on the element, I know that there could be the lack of something. And sometimes it's very simple. Water, sunlight, more sleep, less social media, more time alone, or, you know, sometimes it's the opposite. Just really checking in with your body. Your body is very wise. And sometimes we forget. We focus on our intuition. We focus on our mental health. But we forget how powerful the messages from our bodies are. So I think that this week you're reconnecting with all your senses. You might be indulging in pleasure and not feeling bad about it. Again, even if some people are not happy. Again, you are stepping in this week one way and coming out of it completely transformed. So if this reading spoke to you in any way, I would say save it. Come back at the end of next week and listen again and see how the messages are transforming. What did you identify throughout the week? And I think that could be very interesting for you and very helpful. At the end of the day, Ace of Cups is your general energy. Again, this is the entry point of a completely new you. And I think it's fabulous. It really is. I'm sending love, Aquarius. Take care of yourself. Make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys next Monday for your weekly reading.